podcast peeps. Welcome to another episode of the Age Groupies Podcast, part of the United Weekcast Network. I'm Lindsay Hiken, and along with my co-host Mike Ergo, I'm here to talk to you about all things related to endurance sports from an amateur athlete perspective, about living that multi-sport lifestyle, and we also share the other random thoughts that pop into our heads. You can follow the show on Instagram at Age Groupies, join our Age Groupies page on Facebook, and look us up by name, Lindsay Hiken and Mike Ergo on Strava. If you have questions, comments, or topic ideas, feel free to email us at agegroupies@gmail.com. And if you enjoy the show, please leave a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. So today is a little bit of a continuation from last week in that it is an episode we recorded while we were at the IRONMAN 70.3 Santa Rosa Expo the day before the race. I sat down with 3 age group athletes and talked a little bit about their experience, about why they race, how long they've been racing, what their hopes were for that particular event, and just, caught up with them a little bit and about their experience in general about triathlon. And it was fun. It was a really fun topic. If you aren't a member of our Facebook page yet, please do go ahead and click through to Age Groupies on Facebook and subscribe, because I'm going to have all 3 of these athletes give us a race recap. So in this episode, you're just going to hear about the preview of their race. And if you go to Facebook, you will be able to see the race recap. But for now, enjoy my conversation with Peggy, Jessica, and Lee. Oh, welcome back to the Age Groupie Podcast. I am here on IRONMAN 70.3 Eve, Santa Rosa, at the expo with 3 athletes that are going to be racing tomorrow. I'm feeling relaxed because I'm not racing.
Lucky.
But I just wanted to talk to them a little bit about their why for racing, and then just kind of what the hopes and dreams are for tomorrow. So let's start with you. Just say your name.
Jessica, Farnham.
Right. Where are you from?
I am from Novato, California, just about 30 minutes south of here.
How long have you been racing triathlon?
I've been doing triathlon since 2011, so 8 years now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is not your first 70.3?
It's actually my second. I've done Olympic distance for a long time and finally got the courage to take it to the next level. I was living in Santa Rosa, and actually last year, Santa Rosa 70.3 was my first 70.3. The swim got canceled, and I felt gypped. I had done all that training, so I re-signed up for this year. Last year I did with Ironman Foundation.
Okay.
And then this year doing it on my own with the SF Tri Club.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling that you're going to get to do that swim.
Yes, I hear the water's warm.
Awesome. So how come you started racing triathlon, and why do you continue to race?
Well, I mean, growing up, I was an athlete. I've always found enjoyment in sport. I was a swimmer in middle school, high school. And so kind of after college, became a mom. My son was, in grade school, and I had a friend actually who was doing team in training. She was a cancer survivor, and she's like, hey, you want to join this team in training and do a triathlon? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, I like to swim. I run, I'll try it. So I kind of went through the training process with them. And as most of us do, after my first race, was totally addicted and hooked. I loved the environment. I loved being around athletes again. I liked the physical, connected the competition. So I've sort of continued to find new races, mostly local, Olympic races until the 70.3 Santa Rosa. So, next year I might look for another 70.3 to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any special hopes, dreams, goals for tomorrow?
Well, I mean, obviously finishing this full course with the swim. I'm shooting for a PR or a goal, at least a goal time. I don't know if I have really a PR, having not done a full one yet, but no, and just to finish happy, healthy, and cross that finish line with my buddies. And
awesome.
Yeah, that's ultimately
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, you know, crossing that finish line, and my family will be up here cheering me on, and that awesome. Always makes me excited to see them on the course, and is emotional. So it's fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good luck. Good
Thanks,
luck.
Lindsay.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Who's next? Oh, yes. My girl.
How you doing?
Good. You've been on the podcast before. That's when we were Age Groupie, and now we're plural because we've got me and Mike, so we're Age Groupies with an S.
You're growing.
Yeah. Tell the listener who you are, though.
So my name is Peggy Neidig, and I believe our last interview was more about coaching triathlon and getting individuals off the couch and how do they do it, and don't be intimidated by triathlon or anything competitive.
That's right. But this is about you today.
It's all about me, sister.
So tell us, like, what made you get into triathlon and what keeps you going?
I got into triathlon about 14 years ago, which seems like a really long time. I swam in college. I rode minimally, but I was riding, and I had to lose the baby, in my case, 60. So running was kind of my outlet for that. And then pulling it all together, it just seemed like a natural progression. And of course, watching Kona on, since the 70s or 80s when it started. So
I don't understand those people who watch Kona and are like repulsed by it and think it's like crazy. I immediately was like, that is the most awesome thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I would love to do that. I don't think I can, but I would love to do. I mean, that was my reaction, but I know people that are like, ugh.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you ever do that?
I remember being 10 years old in Kona and standing in that water thinking, well, this is where they go. And not even having a clue that one day I would be a triathlete.
Yes, girl.
Not doing Kona, of course.
Well,
but
well, now that I've done an Ironman, I realize I don't need to, nor do I necessarily want to do Kona specifically.
It's a hard course. It's super hard.
Well, sharks and wind are not my thing. So Kona's out.
Yeah, that's so great.
So, okay. So what keeps you going though? 14 years is a good long time to be doing any kind of,
I think, at first it's competitive and then it becomes a lifestyle, which I really enjoy. I enjoy coaching and meeting amazing individuals like yourself and my Fat Frog friends and now my core sisters. For me also, there's a side of vanity because sister's turning 50 and I got to hold all my bits together.
Amen.
Yeah. High five. But definitely just the competitive spirit keeps you young.
Yeah.
Keeps your spirit competitive and keeps your eye on the prize.
And that sense of play, like,
yeah, totally.
I feel like with our, our community, our teammates, whatever club you're on or what, like the work, there's like a sense of like, there's like it's like being on the playground. There's like a child, like without the bullies and without the weird, it's all that's gone, right? It's just like pure joy.
And everybody for the most part is super positive, cheers everybody on. And it's fantastic. I love it.
Any hopes and dreams specifically for tomorrow?
I do have a specific set of goals. It's a comeback year for me. I've worked really hard to get to this point. So I'm hoping for a PR. This is my third Santa Rosa. But I'm going to keep my eye on my race plan and not worry about numbers and see where I end up. So
Awesome. If you want to hear more information about what Peggy's referring to in terms of her journey, you can go back into the archives of our podcast. And you were early on, weren't you? Like last fall, I think. And listen to her story about what she's talking about coming back. Pretty freaking amazing. We'll just say this. Our girl trained through chemo. That's all that you need to know about her. Pretty freaking badass.
Well, let's just say I did Santa Rosa last year very bold.
But yeah, what made that race? It made putting that swim cap on it.
That's right. That's right.
No hair to deal with in transition, which is
not
awesome.
At all. So,
all right,
I'm excited.
Best of luck, sister.
Thank you.
Okay. And now we've got somebody that I've never met before today.
Yes. My name is Lee Ward. I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia.
All right.
And I was a Fat Frog with Peggy.
Awesome.
When she was out there.
Okay, so how long have you been doing triathlon?
Since 2013.
Okay.
I actually had to look it up on my phone. That's what I was looking at on my phone. I wanted to see. I couldn't remember exactly when it was, but it was 2013. I actually have it written. I have a picture of like my times and things like that. So I had to look it up real quick. But
and what got you into triathlon?
Just wanted to lose some weight and started running around the neighborhood. And always was interested in triathlon. Always thought it was for the professionals. So once I started doing that, met up with the local Fat Frog group, which is a tri group in Chesapeake, and drank the Kool-Aid, and it was all over from there. Started off with doing sprints and Olympics, and then moved on up to halves and fulls.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is not your first half either, it sounds like.
No. I've done 3, 4 maybe.
Okay.
So this I think is my 4th one.
Okay.
So yes.
Good.
I've done this will be my 4th one, and I've done 2 fulls.
2 fulls. Okay.
I've done Louisville and I've done Texas.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
is this your first race in California?
No, I actually did the Escape from Alcatraz with Peggy in 2017, but they had canceled the swim. So
well, that makes it easier.
Yeah, but that's was kind of the race.
Yeah.
And it was really disappointing, but we still did it anyway.
Of course.
But it was fun. But this will be my 2nd race in California.
Awesome. You ready for those hills?
No.
You'll be fine.
No, I rode the course yesterday a little bit, and it's tough out there. Where we live, it's mostly windy and flat.
Yeah, a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
But the thing about this course is it's so beautiful. At least there's a lot to look at while you're suffering.
It is very nice. My wife likes it too because I drop her off at one of the wineries, and then it allows me to go do something. So go ride around and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
what keeps you in the sport of triathlon all these years?
Just for the love of it. I really do like doing it. It's a lot of fun racing and the competitive, and trying to be better, and just also trying to keep the, I want to say keep the weight off, but it also helps keep you fit and keeps you going and things like that. So
I do feel like it's that combination of like fitness. It keeps you kind of a little competitive, personal challenge. Yeah. All of that combined, like it's helping us age gracefully, right?
Yes, yes, it does.
And there's not a lot of people are doing that, but you look at across the triathlon community, and there's all kind of different ages, and they're doing it kind of gracefully because they're fit and they've got community and they've got, like you're out here from Virginia. I mean, you can travel with it. There's just so much to do with it. Yeah.
Well, when you travel with it, though, you got to convince your significant other to do it as a vacation. So that's how I sold it to my wife. It was a vacation. So
absolutely. I mean, she's here in wine country. What else?
And she loves that too. So yes, that's awesome. That was great. So
best. Any goals for tomorrow?
No, not.
Sorry, my dog is barking, people, because
okay.
Someone just dropped something loud and she freaked out. Any particular goals for tomorrow? No, just finishing the race and just having a good time, really, because this is not something that I could train for it. I'd have to drive about 3 hours away to Shenandoah Valley to ride hills. I've been there.
And that gets a little much when you're,
that's not
to train for the hills. So
6-hour round trip drive.
Just to finish in a decent amount of time and just have fun, just like everybody else.
Sounds
just
good.
like everybody else, happy and healthy. So.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing your story, and best of luck tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Alrighty. That concludes today's episode of the Age Groupies Podcast with me, Lindsay Hiken, and my co-host, Mike Ergo. We really hope you enjoyed it. You can follow the show on Instagram at Age Groupies, join our Age Groupies page on Facebook, and look us up by name, Lindsay Hiken and Mike Ergo on Strava. If you have questions, comments, or topic ideas, feel free to email us at agegroupies@gmail.com. If you enjoy the show, please leave a rating and review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, as this really helps us get more exposure while we try to grow this little venture. And of course, if you have friends you think might like the show, please be sure to share it with them. But for now, thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.